ladies, thank you for joining me again. Now this week, what we're going to be doing is a spell for protection. And of course, there's so many different spells for protection, but for you who could be fresh to witchcraft, occultism, perhaps you're just wondering how to do a protection spell but not invest too much money, or you don't want to spend all day looking up a spell on the internet, I'm going to show you how to do one fresh out of one of these little prepared ritual kits. Now let me tell you straight up, I am not being paid for this. This isn't a paid unboxing, endorsement, anything like this. I literally just went to my shelf, grabbed something that is, a supplier makes these. You'll be able to tell who the supplier is. And no, they don't even know that I'm doing it. I'm doing this because witchcraft can seem complex. The spell I showed you last week, some of you said there are so many ingredients and all of those ingredients add up and it's quite expensive. And yes, witchcraft can be expensive if you feel like you need to get everything fresh and brand new and have everything before you begin to practice. And that's just not true to begin with. But also getting little prepared kits. Sure, when you open them, there's not a lot of stuff in it, but the goal is to have enough stuff so you can complete a single spell. Now the cost for something like this is probably around $20 to $30, depending on where you're buying it from. For me to do it, it's going to cost significantly more. So that's why it's worth your while just grabbing something affordable, not putting out a lot of outlay money in tools or equipment that's going to lay around, and just see if you enjoy it. So that's the purpose of this ritual. And so I'm going to follow along with you and give you my commentary. And once again, it just is what it is. It's a protection spell. It's a witchcraft style protection spell. And let's just get into it, shall we? So the box looks like this. When you get it, there'll be instructions. Okay. Then a candle. There'll be some herbs. So this has purification herb. It has a protection herbal blend, which you don't even have to think about what's in there. You can trust that they have probably thought about it. There's a talisman or amulet. We'll talk about that in a second. Then here there's 2 mojo bags, and I'll have a look at what they're about in a second. And then there's some charcoal. So not a lot of stuff in there. And we'll just go with the flow and follow along with what they have to say. So the key to any kit or any spell is to have time to focus on what you want as an outcome. So unlike, for example, hoodoo spells where you can have other stuff going on in the background, with witchcraft spells you really need to connect with the intention extremely strongly. So you want to make sure that you have time to conduct the spell. And I would put aside at least half an hour if you really want to try and achieve a good result or connect to the energy of the spell. Now, also, you have to make sure that your goal is very clear, because protection or protection work, there's so many different areas of protection. So let's read what they say on the kit about what this is for. They say, have you ever felt as though negative energy was clinging to you? Perhaps you are the victim of a curse, hex, or jinx spell. Maybe you are being tormented by the negative attention of spirits. This ritual kit has been created specifically to provide you with an answer to these problems and help you banish these negative forces from your life. This kit is designed to help beginners and experienced practitioners alike through their ritual, no matter which path or tradition you follow. So there you go. It's something for everyone and it covers everything. So now personally, I don't, here the inner Savannah critic is starting. I have specific different spells for each of these, but I'm going to keep a neutral state, and I think it's a really great kit to get started. And you never know what can happen in magic. You just never know. So I was going to say before I read this, that try and create a very clear and specific petition for your goal. Like if you wanted to overcome a hex or a curse, put that in the petition. Or if you wanted protection from negative energies or spiritual attacks, put that in there. But this is kind of covering everything. So I'll leave it up to you out there what you're going to ask for protection from. Maybe general protection. So in this spell, I'll be using myself, and I will do it for general protection, thinking about all of these things, everything. Now, like a lot of traditional witchcraft spells, you're going to do this spell over consecutive nights. That means for here in this spell, they say it's best done over 3 nights during a waning moon phase. A waning moon phase is the time between the full moon and the new moon. Okay, so let's get started. I'll just follow along as you would at home. So it says, prepare for the spell by taking out the items you're going to use, unwrapping them and laying them out. Okay, so we've got the 2 mojo bags. We have the protection candle, which should already have runes or something engraved in the back of them. So let me just have a look here. It says this candle is anointed and charged to bring spiritual vision and clarity of insight. When you focus upon it, let your mind fill with, and I can't read it all because the stapler stuffed it up. So anyways, this is what I mean by spiritually prepared. I don't know if you can quite see it, but it has, can you see that? There's already like a little sigil engraved into that. It's like, it's already marked with the protection runes. So you don't have to worry about researching that or anything else. Put the candle in a holder, empty the herbs into a bowl. Okay, so I already have a holder. So we're going to put the candle in a holder and empty the herbs into bowls. As you are doing this, think about your goal in positive terms. So I'm thinking about my own protection, how important that is to me, not to have anyone interfere in my world, with my blessings, with my spell casting, with my family, with my home, etc., etc. Protection is the number one thing anyone should be vigilant about, and it's not just a one-off, it's an all the time, and there should be many little things that you do to deflect energy or to ensure that protection is strong. It says to prepare yourself ritually for doing a spell, draw a bath. While the tub is filling, fill the cotton bag part way with some of the purification herbs and place it in the water. Having a bath helps. The water is a purifier, and especially when you're adding the herbs. So into this bag, I don't think it's cheesecloth, but it looks like it. So you'll put some of the purification herbs. And it is a purification herb. It doesn't say what it is, but it says excellent herbal mixtures can be used for sachets, charm bags, ritual baths, or can be burned. So I would put about 2 acrylic nail pinches in and just draw the strings. Fill up your bath, and so I will be doing this later, but I'll fill up the bath and I'll let this just soak. I might need to tie a bow here. But it would be a good idea to give yourself time over the next 3 nights, just for at least a 5 or a 10-minute soak in the bath. Now, it does kind of smell like mint. I really like the smell of it. It smells good. Okay, it also says be sure to bathe every part of your body, even if the water is only sprinkled on your hair. So I do like that. I will, with any type of spiritual bath, I'll also take a cup in there so I can pour it over my head. Now, of course, this is additional. This isn't written here, but I like to give you little tips along the way. So even if you're doing it on yourself, while you're soaking in the bath, see a visual image of yourself in front of you. So look at yourself in front of you. This is you. And so you're staring at yourself, and then what you're doing with one of your hands, cup your hands and just sweep down from your head. So you're sweeping down like you're removing some layer of dirt from your body. So from your head, you sweep down in the center all the way down to your toes and off your toe. And what you'll do with that invisible dirty energy, you flick it in to, I'll say for the purposes of this lesson, an invisible flame. And then you're just soaking in the tub, allowing all of those purification herbs now to really do its job within your auric field, help those chakras start spinning again. I'll get off on a little tangent, but you see what I mean? This is a very beautiful way to have a spiritual bath. But it's also good for you who are brand new and you feel like, wow, I'm just sitting in this bath water doing nothing. Like it gives you something to do, but it's quite strong. When you really get into it, you can really feel like a layer is coming off you. So the goal is that every part of your hair or skin or your body has been touched by that herb. Now, some of you will say, probably won't say it here, but what if you have a shower or you don't have a bathtub? What I would do is make a tea out of it. So basically, in about a cup of water or a couple of cups of water, let this infuse, and then maybe you have, I don't know if you have a little sprinkler like you would water pot plants with, or potted plants, I think they call them in America, or just with a cup of water, you just pour it over your head and just allow it to run down your body. So that's that choice. And when you finish with these herbs, just throw them out, because tomorrow, the next day, you'll be using fresh herbs. There's definitely enough here. So that's that. Once you finish, well, let's read what they say actually. Let me not tell you what I do. When you're ready to begin the spell, okay, so they get into the spell. The only other thing I would say is after a spiritual bath, where all of those herbs are on your body and you're ready to do the spell, you don't go and then have a shower where you're soaping your hair up and then using your traditional soaps and shampoos. You really want to have the herb on your body while you're doing the spell. That's part of the purification process. So what you do is that you finish off the bath or the shower, and that you pat yourself dry, and then you go into the spell ritual from that point. You generally have clean clothes, clean clothing, or if you want to be naked, get naked, because family and friends aren't supposed to be around at this point anyways. When you are ready to begin the spell, light one of the charcoal discs and place in a heat-resistant bowl. Okay. When the charcoal finishes sparking, it is lit. Yes, it is. So let's do that. So even while I'm demonstrating this spell for you, I'm still really thinking about the purpose. It's almost like you're not here. Well, you're not here, you're on a video. But it's important that I remember, it's important that I don't choke with the charcoal. Where is that fire extinguisher? All right. Now it says, when the charcoal finishes sparking, it is lit. All right. I generally like to wait till it goes a little bit gray. So that could take a few minutes. Sit a moment, breathing deeply and calmly. When you feel ready, take the bowl with the banishing herb into your lap. Get a clear picture in your mind of what you desire. Put your fingers in the herbs and send the images in your mind through your hands into the herbs. Sprinkle some of the herb mixture into the charcoal and let the incense smoke waft around you, releasing its banishing energy. So here we have the protection herbal mix. And what they're just saying is that you take some time and physically touch the herb, letting it run through your fingers. And as you do so, you're basically asking the herbs, the power and the energy of the herb, to hear your request, to help protect you, to help protect your home, to remove any curses or negative energies that have been attached to you, to be removed, and to prevent them from coming onto your person. Stuff like that. Whatever you want, that's what's important here. So just spend some time. Maybe you want to put on some music right now. I don't mind listening to like Celtic goddess music at this type of moment, like power goddess warrior style of music. So now my charcoal is getting a little grey. Do you see that? What I'll do now is place a little bit onto the charcoal. You'll allow that energy to circle around you and around your space, and visualize the removal of anything that doesn't serve your highest good or your highest purpose, being released from your body, being released from your environment, protecting your home. Next, take the charged candle into your hands. Now sometimes you'll see me breathe on an object, and that is to give it life or to give it energy. When I place it in between my hands, what I'm doing is actually charging it. So I'm calling from the universal source of all energy to come down, infuse into my body. So when I do that, I feel it charge from my head down to my feet, okay, and then straight down my arms. And then I'm holding the candle. So that's what I'm thinking of as I'm infusing this candle. Here it says, take the charged candle in your hands and again get a clear picture in your mind of your goal. You can write on the candle with your finger any extra words or symbols of your desire. Feel the images flowing out of your fingers into the candle. Hold over the smoke from the incense and think about what you want to achieve. So let's do that. And I might even engrave on it. Writing my name, Savannah. And I put some timing on there, such as now. Hold it over the incense, and I'm thinking about what I want to achieve. And you could even go into a meditation at this stage if you like to meditate for a while. Put a little more incense around. you're ready, take the candle, place back in the holder, light the flame. So what I'm actually thinking about here, or in between my hands, is creating a capsule, if you want. So remember, I just said that I called to universal source of all energy, which is an energy source, drawing it down into my body and out through my hands, and I'm just asking for protection, asking universal source of everything to hear my request and to assist me with this protection ritual. Okay, now we take the talisman into your dominant hand. For me, that's my right hand. And hold it near you, thinking about the harmful influences you desire to leave you, I think. And you're going to will those desires, those negative desires, into the talisman. If you're concerned about hexes or curses, or worried about negative energies or entities, or worried about something else, you're going to will that into this talisman. So you're really thinking about all of that negativity entering into this amulet. Pointing away from you with your other hand, send all the good and happy influences you are feeling away from the talisman. So like a swifting spell, you are banishing any positivity from this talisman because you just want to keep this absorbing of any negative energy. So you're just sweeping all of that away. Think about your talisman carrying away all the things you want to banish. You can write any words or symbols you like with your finger. So if you have a protection symbol that you like to write, you can do it in the air, either with your finger. If you use a wand, you could use your wand to draw a protection symbol, if you like. Next, we take the pouch and we really think again what this pouch is for, what this mojo bag's for. Give it some purpose. So we want to protect ourselves, our properties from negative influences, negative energies, any curses or hexes. I like to consecrate it over the herbal blend. That's up to you. And it's also saying to put your protection talisman inside the bag. Then it says to leave it next to your candle, and you picture all those negative influences entering into that talisman. And that's it for the spell today. Now it says that you are to repeat this over the next 2 nights. So it's the same process. You're going to have the spiritual bath first, remove any negativity that's been put upon you, come back, light your charcoal, put some herb on it, light your candle, focus and meditate. You don't need to prepare the talisman and the mojo bag again, it's already done. You do that over the next 2 days. They're saying then, you carry the pouch with you at all times and you sleep with it near you. You can use the rest of the herbs as an incense, sprinkle around your doorsteps and windowsills and around the sides of your home. After the spell is finished, take the talisman far away from your home and bury it or throw it into a fast-moving stream where it won't be found. So the idea is that the talisman, this mojo packet, has absorbed anything that you don't want to be around you, and now you have to basically give it thanks, then bury it in the ground. Or I would take it away, like even if you're going on a walk somewhere. Because city clients will always say, where do we bury it in the city? Well, go find somewhere and bury it. Give it thanks when you bury it, but make sure you bury it. But for now, I'm going to continue on just with focusing on my protection and what I really desire, and I will follow the steps of this spell. I like it. I think it's really quite complete. Has everything, doesn't it? From your bath to preparation of a mojo bag, to burning herbs on a charcoal disc, to candle magic with runes for protection. And also it's an interesting ending, but I get it, like burying the entire mojo bag because it's absorbed all the negative energies. So I really like that. So until next Friday, may your spell casting be auspicious. Bye for now.